Welcome back to the Smith Talks, everyone, and on today's edition of Real Talk, the topic we have at hand is time. So I actually came up with this thought of this idea a couple of weeks ago. Then the following day, I'd forgotten what topic I wanted to do for this video, and I got really annoyed at myself, and then randomly later on that same day, I remembered again. I was like, yeah, time, that was it. But the reason why I like to use the topic of time for this episode is because, has anyone else noticed that 2025 and 2026 have gone so fast? Like, 2025 for me is the fastest year ever. The year just completely flew by. I don't know if anyone else felt that way, but I certainly did. It felt like it just came and went, just like that. And 2026 has felt pretty much the same as that. It's felt like it's just flown by. And why is that? Like, people tell you that the older you get, the faster years seem to go. Because I can remember when I was a teenager, every single year felt like it went on forever. They felt like they went on for so long. Maybe that's because that's back when I was still in school. Maybe that has something to do with it. And why every year felt like it went on for so freaking long. But even the few years after leaving school, they felt like they went on for quite a while as well. The only place I can pinpoint where time started to feel that it was going so much faster than before is COVID. Because it's now been nearly 6.5 years since most of the world went into lockdown because of COVID back in 2020. Almost 6.5 years it's been since then already. It really does not feel like that, does it? I bet a lot of you can even pinpoint very specific things you remember from the very first lockdown back in March of 2020. Because I certainly do. And even though COVID is basically, well, it's not really around anymore. It still is, but like, no one cares about it anymore. And ever since then, I think COVID, and because of everything else surrounding it, was completely unprecedented for us at the time. Like, no, we'd never lived through an event quite like that. Like, we never lived through something quite like COVID ever before. And I feel like because of that, COVID has like completely warped our perception of time. It certainly has for me. Because it's been so long since COVID happened now, and yet it doesn't feel like it. I mean, we still had some restrictions and things going on in 2021, and even a few going into 2022. But I just feel like, especially the last year and a half, time has just completely flown by. Well, my 20s feel so like they've flown by so far. Whereas my teens certainly didn't feel like that. They felt like they went on for a very, very long time. Which they did, because, you know, from 13 to 19, that's 6 years. But I feel like time is just going faster and faster. Even though it obviously isn't, time hasn't changed how fast it goes at all. But it feels that it's going so much faster than it did pre-2020. I mean, there's still things happening now that were a direct cause of COVID back in 2020. Like there's like 7 to 8 year olds now that have like the mental capacity of like 3 or 4 year olds, because of how much COVID stunted their growth and their development when they were really, really young. And now I feel that COVID has completely changed the outlook on how fast time goes. Because even like 2021, 2, 3, and 4, they didn't feel like they had flown by the way 2025 and 2026 have. But maybe that's due to the fact that from last year, I actually started thinking about how fast time feels to be going, whereas in the past, I probably didn't think about it at all. Only now that I do think about it, does time now feel that it goes so much faster than it ever had before. And that's all I have for you for this episode of Real Talk. If you've enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, tell me in the comments, do you have the same feeling? Does time feel like it's going so much faster now than it had done in the previous years? And do you also think COVID might have a part to play in in our perception of time, or do you think it's something else that is making us feel like time is going so much faster than what it actually is? But until we meet again, I will talk to you in the next one.